You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. And we're gonna pump it out a little something like this now. Sit down now. Say hell yeah. Say hell yeah.
Salute.
Say BTP. Come on, BTP. Check it. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Remember, the bridge is over. The bridge is over. Hey, hey, the bridge is over. The bridge is
Welcome
over. Remember, the bridge
to
is
the Real
over.
Big
The
Fruit
bridge is
Podcast.
over.
I'm your host, Big Fruit. The Michael Jordan of the court.
If you want to join the group, well, you must now see me. You can't select share, no look what
Yeah, salute. Welcome to the Real Big Podcast. I am your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of the court, also known as the voice of the streets. Y'all see this title, Inside Look at the Life and Times of Fruitquan Bailey, aka Big Fruit Autobiography. And this is episode 4. Yeah, man, episode 4, man. I'm back in the 80s, man. I'm still in the 80s. I ain't get out the 80s, man. It's the early 80s, you know what I'm saying? I'm writing, and I'm in the early 80s, man, being in my childhood. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm in my childhood, man, and a lot went down in my childhood, man. A lot went down in my childhood. But one thing for certain about my childhood, I recognize how music, the hip-hop culture, as well as sports, especially basketball and football, played a major role in my childhood. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm doing this episode, right? You know what I'm saying? And I had to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my homework. Word. I had to do my homework. You know what I'm saying? I had to definitely do my homework. You know what I'm saying? And everything from the 80s, man, that I could recall. Oh man, early 80s, you know what I'm saying? I talked to in my social media, Instagram and Facebook, you know what I'm saying? I highlighted the roller rinks, you know what I'm saying, the nightclubs, you know what I'm saying? Today I even highlighted some fashion and fashion design. Shout out to AJ Lester and Dapper Dan, you know what I'm saying, up in Harlem. They was putting it down as 2 of the first black designers, you know what I'm saying, in the hip-hop culture, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s, in the early 80s, in the mid 80s, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to those guys, you know what I'm saying? Today, you know what I'm saying, we going to reminisce, you know what I'm saying? And we going to start with the fashion, being that we talking about Mr. AJ Lester and Mr. Dapper Dan. Let's talk about fashion, you know what I'm saying? I remember in the early 80s how fashion came about. Now, being a little dirty nigga in the early 80s, you know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't have too much fashion, you know what I'm saying? But I remember what they was wearing outside. I was out there, my little cut-off jeans, my ripped up jeans, patches in my shit, holes in my shit. But I was watching, you know what I'm saying, the teenagers rip and run, you know what I'm saying? The ones that was outside, that let the little badass fruit toe along when I was a little dirty fruit. You know what I'm saying? I remember what they was wearing, you know what I'm saying? The fashion was crazy in the early 80s, you know what I'm saying? And let me reminisce with you on some of that fashion. Word to mother. Yeah, I did my homework, son. You know what I'm saying? From head to toe, you know what I'm saying? I did it from head to toe, you know what I'm saying? Word to mother. From head to toe. Word. From head to toe. I remember when we talking head to toe, everybody was rocking the silks, you know what I'm saying? The mock necks, the Chinese mock necks. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was wearing the BVD nylon tank tops. Yeah, yo, you had to be a live wire to be rocking those. You know what I'm saying? The BVD nylon tank tops and the BVD nylon underwear. You know what I'm saying? That was popping. I remember we had a little store across the street from LG called Wallace. Hey, but all the teenagers used to go on Wallace to get their BVDs and shit. Yeah, I was outside. I remember that. Word to mother. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? You would get your shirt, then you would go get your jeans and shit. I don't know if they was buying their jeans from Wallace, the teenagers, but as a little kid, I remember my grandma was taking me across the street to Wallace to get shit when I needed it. You know what I'm saying? But I also remember her taking me downtown and doing shopping. But Wallace was that was the neighborhood go-to. You know what I'm saying? And I remember going in Wallace, getting my shit, you know what I'm saying? But I also remember going downtown Brooklyn with my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And I just told you about the shirts and tops they would wear. They would also wear jeans. You know what I'm saying? A lot of jeans was popping, but dudes and females wore different jeans back then. Yeah, I remember the dudes wearing Lee's. Then when Run DMC popped off, Calvin Klein, a friend of mine, dudes stopped wearing the Calvins and started wearing the Lee's. Lee jeans got popular crazy quick. They even got popular to the point where they were snatching Lee patches off dudes. But that's when they stopped wearing Lee's. They stopped wearing the Lee's. They would snatch a Lee patch, take it down to VIMs, a certain amount of Lee patches to get you a free pair of jeans. I forgot what kind of jeans they was giving you free, but you would get a free pair of jeans. You know what I'm saying? I think that's when everybody started wearing the Guess jeans and shit like that, and other shit started coming out. But Run DMC put a dent in Calvin Klein's. Word up. You know what I'm saying? And the women, they was wearing shit like Jordache, Sassoon, and Sergio Valente and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy back then. I remember that being a shorty. That was the fashion. Word. Yeah, that was definitely the fashion. And when it came to the footwear, I don't really recall the females' footwear. That's what something I would like to have a conversation with somebody about. Early 80s female footwear. I'm talking shoes, not sneakers. Because for the most part, back then, the girls would wear what the guys wore, but they would just make the female edition, I guess. Because the females really didn't have sneakers that I could highlight. Not like I can highlight for the men. You know what I'm saying? That's both shoes and sneakers. You know what I'm saying? With the men, I remember coming out the house. The British Walkers was the illest shit ever. The illest shit ever, son. I remember me and a dude in my building. If I'm not mistaken, it was the nigga Isaac. I don't know why I'm thinking it was Isaac, but it was me, a dude in my building, and somebody else. It was three of us, son. Three niggas down on one pair of British Walkers, son. Word, we used to scrap over them shits. Word, the one of us, it wasn't me, because I remember I had them after it was done. One of us fucked them up, so he put shoe polish on them. Shit was fucked up. Oh man, we had one pair of British Walkers between three niggas, son. What Big say? One pair of jeans between 3 or 4 niggas. Yeah, we had one pair of British Walkers, son, but we was rocking them shits. British Walkers was mean, and the teenagers was wearing British Walkers, so we wanted to wear British Walkers, son. But we had one pair. I remember how we came up on them. Either they was somebody's brother's shit, or we found them. I don't know what the fuck, but we had a pair of British Walkers, son. Word, British Walkers was that shit. Peter Rab used to kill the Playboys. I remember when the Playboys came out. Peter Rab had the shiny ass Playboys. Yo, you remember when everybody used to put taps on their shoes to preserve them? First they used to put the plastic taps on to preserve them. Then niggas start getting the metal taps. You hear niggas coming down the hall. You know, a nigga got a fresh pair of sneakers on. Yeah, niggas used to put the taps on their Wallows. Niggas used to put the taps on their Shelter Adidas. Yeah, I remember that, son. Yo, y'all remember the Pierre Cardins? Yeah, the Pierre Cardin footwear in the 80s. Yeah, I'm taking you back, son. I'm going to take you back. Word to mother, son. Word, I did my homework. I had to go back in the archive. You had the Bally sneakers and the Bally shoes. The Bally shoes was out of this world. You know what I'm saying? You had the suede with the leather tips. Then you had the all leather joints. You know what I'm saying? You had my favorites was the red suede with the black sole. I loved them joints, man. Either that or all black pair. You know what I'm saying? I had my first pair of Bally's in DFY when I graduated. You know what I'm saying? From 7th grade or some shit like that. We had a graduation. My grandma's made it her business to give me them red Bally's, man. I was so happy. I came down with the red Bally's and the red silk at the graduation. I was 14, son. You couldn't tell me nothing. I just knew I was an OG. Word. Yo, you remember the Lotto sneakers? Would you change colors and change them every day? See, that's why I say that. Because I remember all the dudes rocking Lottos as well as the girls. I remember the girls rocking the Lottos. Used to rip the, you know what I'm saying? You could take the tags off, put different flavors on for different days, rock different outfits. The Lottos has had a little run. You know what I'm saying? The Lottos definitely had a little run. Word. The Adidas Doras, the Elise. Yeah. The footwear was crazy back then, son. Suede Pumas. Yeah. Word. Then you had the accessories. You had your Kangos, the Gazelles. What about this one, son? Dana Dane won. Dana Dane, not only did he have the Gazelles and Kango on in the Nightmares video, but what accessory did he have that dudes was rocking, son? I'm going to give y'all about 5 seconds to try to remember that video, because I remember it clear as day. Dana Dane had on the leather Gucci pouch. You remember when dudes was getting the pouches made and had the pouch around their neck? The leather. Oh, sis, I'm taking y'all back, man. Word, son. Word. I'm taking y'all back. I did my homework for this episode, son. You know what I'm saying? I did my homework for this episode. I definitely did. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking this down before I go watch this Ravens game. Go Ravens. Today is Sunday. NFL Sunday, playoff Sunday. My Ravens gonna stomp a mud hole in those Bills. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how we feel about those Bills. But shout out to my boys out in Buffalo. Those is the guys. Shout out to the Fruit Belt and all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Also, I might come back later and surprise y'all with a phone call. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna talk about it. Yeah. Let's get back to the fashion from the early 80s. Now I gave y'all the top, I gave y'all your bottom, your footwear, your accessories, and you had to have a nice jacket on. You know what I'm saying? Just like you had to have a nice shoe, you had to have a nice fit. You had to have a nice jacket back then. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the jackets from back then, son. Everything from the suede fronts to the leather fronts. You know what I'm saying? The leather blazers, the sheepskins, the leather V-bombers. Oh, I'm trying to think what else. The leather trench coats. Niggas was definitely running around with the shotgun, son. The leather trench coats. Yeah, I remember that, son. I remember that. Word. Niggas and hoes rocking the Jerry G's. The Pacific Trails. The Low Gooses. I remember the Ocean Pacific Gooses pop one summer. Yeah, I mean one winter. Yeah, son, I remember that. You had to have a nice fit. Word. I remember when I had my sheepskin, I had the full pocket blue shit in the hood. Then after the sheepskin, the next year, I had the V-bomber. I ain't have the leather fur, but I had the V-bomber, son. The leather V-bomber. Yeah, one thing about little niggas in LG, we stayed with the times. We all had our sheepskins when they came out, and we all had our leather V-bombers. Word to mother, son. Those are the gifts we definitely got those Christmases. When everybody was rocking sheepskins, little niggas in LG had our sheepskins. I had blue, World had beige, Black Reg had what? I think Black Reg had gray. You know what I'm saying? Nut had gray, Butter had gray, Tassim had brown. Yeah, little niggas in LG, we all had our sheepskins. Then it came to leather V-bombs, we all had those. I had a black one, I remember. Yeah, son, we were stepping. Yeah, we were stepping back then, son. Little shorties in the plaiders. Yeah, the early 80s, son. Fashion was crazy. And then, like I told you, the nightlife was, hip-hop was taking over the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? One thing about hip-hop had emerged. Hip-hop had emerged for me during a time when drugs hit my family hard. You know what I'm saying? My moms and pops was out there strung out on drugs, hard body. My grandmoms had to step in and save my life. You know what I'm saying? Both the mother. Thank you, grandma. She saved my life because my moms and pops was out there, you know what I'm saying, drugs. It was a disease. Their addiction was a disease and they couldn't fight it. You know what I'm saying? Not at that time, at such a young age, you know what I mean? And hip hop was like in a culture resilience. You know how I use the word resilience, meaning we ain't gonna give up, we ain't gonna fight. I mean, we gonna keep fighting, we ain't gonna give up. Hip hop was in a culture resilience where hip hop became the culture that tried to keep the black community together while the drugs was tearing us apart. So hip hop came at the right time for me. While drugs was tearing my family apart, which was me, my mom, and my dad, hip hop came and kind of like shed some light and bring some happiness to a nigga life, because hip hop started in the parks, at the jams, the community. It was all about keeping the community together. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop came at a good time for me, man. And I fell in love with hip hop the first time I heard it. You know what I'm saying? And the nightlife was crazy. The nightlife was crazy. We're going to get to that. But we still talk about this fashion. Now, when it came to fashion, you also had to shop at certain places. Yeah, we're going to go there. Yeah, we're going to go there. You had certain places you had to shop. You know what I'm saying? You had certain places and you had certain stores or you had certain malls. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just go get your clothes anywhere. You know what I mean? And some of the stores, I'm going to take y'all back, son. I had to do my homework. Like I said, I shouted out Dapper Dan and AJ Lessers up in Harlem, right? Those were two black men that got to it for the black community and they made it pop. But we also spent our money in the name brand stores back then. And if we didn't spend our money in there, we was in there taking it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. You know what I'm saying? Everything from Gimbals, Goodman's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Lord & Taylor, Macy's, Mays, Alexander's. Y'all remember Alexander's, my nigga? Bloomingdale's, A&S, which turned into Macy's downtown Brooklyn. But I remember A&S, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And two of the famous stores in Brooklyn. I'm going to take you back on this one, son. I got my first shell toes, my first pair of shell toes, my first Lee jean suit from Simon's in Brownsville on Belmont and Mother Gaston. Shout out to Brownsville. Word to mother, son. You had Simon's in Brownsville, and then you also had Ralphie's. If you was buying your shit from there, you was good money, son. You was good money in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? In Brooklyn. But in Queens was popping and Harlem was popping. Like I told you, AJ Lester and Dapper Dan shook it up in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? In Queens, you had the Jamaica Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? You got the Queens Plaza Mall. You know what I'm saying? Out Brooklyn, we had the Aubrey Square Mall. You know what I'm saying? And then you had two famous sections in New York City. Harlem had 125th Street, son. We could never forget that. You know what I'm saying? Harlem had 125th Street. Brooklyn, we had Fulton Street. You know what I'm saying? Harlem had 125th. Queens had Jamaica Avenue. Then we had good old Delancey Street. Come on, son. I got my sheepskin off Delancey Street. I remember pointing up in the air. I want that one. And the motherfucker went up there and got it. Got that shit, brought that shit down. Boom. Couldn't tell me nothing, son. Yeah, son. I'm taking y'all back. The stores, the sections, you know what I'm saying? Shopping sections, the malls, the areas, and all that. Now, after you get your fit right, you get the nightlife if you was about it. I watched the teenagers get jigged up, son. I was a little dirty nigga, like I told you, son. I was a little dirty nigga watching this shit. Like, yeah, one day I'm gonna get fresh and I'm gonna be able to roll. Word, I'm sitting here, I'm drinking, I'm tipsy, I'm bugging. Part itself, I'm good though. Nightclubs, oh my God. Yeah, the nightlife, son. Like I told you as a shorty, son, Latin Quarters did it for me. Latin Quarters was the club that like blew my mind and opened my eyes and opened my motherfucking ideas. Cause I use them to this day, like working and promoting my business. You know what I'm saying? But Latin Quarters did it for me, shit. I can't say it enough. Latin Quarters was that spot. You know what I'm saying? In Brooklyn, we had our little nightlife. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I remember being a shorty was in Brooklyn was the Sugar Hill, because it was up the block from the projects. And it was very popular. It just happened to be in Bed-Stuy. So shout out to the Sugar Hill, because if I'm not mistaken, it's still there to this day. That's the one spot in Brooklyn that I remember. I'm quite sure we had other spots, other sections, but that was the one I knew of as a shorty. And like I said, the nightlife in Lower Manhattan, it was off the chain. Latin Quarters, Rooftop, Union Square, the Roseland. Bismarck said them all on the record. That's why I'm able to repeat them. He said he rocked the Latin Quarters, Rooftop, Roseland, Union Square. Then you had the Palladium, the Roxy. Where was it? Was one I couldn't get the location. Where was the rooftop at? The rooftop was the Harlem or the Bronx. For some reason, I'm thinking rooftop was in the Bronx. You had the rooftop, you had the Roseland, you had the Palladium, the Roxy. Then you had Bentleys. Now, when I was in the street, I never heard of Bentleys as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I heard of Bentleys on my trips to Rikers Island. They used to rock on the radios on Saturday nights. Bentleys Live Saturday nights. That's when I heard of Bentleys. So Bentleys used to rock. Then it was the Red Parrot. I never heard of the Red Parrot, nor had I been to the Red Parrot until I read an article on Mike Tyson pulling up to the Red Parrot, showing out. You know what I'm saying? Balling heavy. It was an article in the Sports Illustrated magazine I was reading. They was talking about how Mike flossed up in there one night and he was at the Red Parrot. So the Red Parrot was something that was moving and shaking too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did my homework to entertain you people tonight, man. I hope you appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted you to know all these locations, all this fashion. You know what I'm saying? All this going to be in the book. You know what I'm saying? In different segments, different parts when I talk about different things. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking here right now, and before I go, I must mention all the roller links. Shout them out because that's how this conversation started on social media. Shout out to the legendary Skate Key, which is no longer there. You know what I'm saying? The BX Stand Up. In Brooklyn, we had the Empire. Queens had the legendary USA Skating Ring. And then out in the Bronx, y'all know they had the rink. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn niggas, we couldn't wait to go to the rink. Man, the rink had all the chicks, kid. The rink was the spot. You know what I'm saying? So we did the roller skating thing in New York City as well as the nightclubs and all that in the early 80s. And it was shaking because hip-hop was about to take over the world like no other, son. And it was making history right before our eyes, son. And I was a shorty. I was there. I was there when it was starting to pop and the clubs were starting to pop. I was there until the point where shit started to get hectic and the clubs was getting violent. I was there for all that shit. I was there. I wasn't there for this bubblegum shit now, but I was there when the clubs was the clubs in the 80s, son. In the mid 80s, and the hip hop was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna hear all about that and read all about that. You're gonna hear about it here, and you're gonna read about it when the book drops. So once again, man, it's your boy Big Fruit giving you an inside look at the life and times of Fruitquan Bailey, aka Big Fruit. This is the autobiography, episode 4. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, y'all stay tapped in because you never know when I'm gonna drop episode 5. But I will be back tonight. But this, man, I'm not gonna drop this tonight. Should I drop this tonight or should I make this wait till the morning? Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop this right now because I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm gonna drop this right now and go watch the game. But I might come back at halftime of the game with a special phone call to some special fellas. So until next time, y'all be easy. Salute.